Welcome back. Now, Capitec's active client base sits at 25 million. During the group's interim period, personal banking clients increased by 7%, while fully banked clients grew by 11%. This expansion helped the group produce a 26% rise in headline earnings per share, with the dividend being hiked by a similar margin. Company CEO Graham Lee joins us for greater perspective on the half year that was. Graham, thanks so much for your time this afternoon. So Capitec starting FY26 on a high, as mentioned, double-digit growth, earnings growth coming through. Just walk me through some of the key drivers, growth drivers for the 6 months period.
Of course. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to your viewers, and thank you for having me. If you look at the 26% growth in headline earnings, you can see that it's balanced throughout all of the various different parts of Capitec. We had good growth in our loan book, and from that the net interest income, and that was done in a very healthy way. So a really good quality of credit, and that led to 27% growth on that side of the business. Then if you look at from a non-interest revenue perspective, that also grew by 19%. When you add together both the more traditional type banking transactions as well as the newer digital transactions that comprise our value-added services in Capitec Connect. You put those together with the small but useful contribution from Avafin, and I think you get a nicely balanced all-round picture.
And talk to me about the loan book. With the economy somewhat improving, we are seeing lower inflation, interest rate cuts also coming through. How has that translated into your loan book? Are you opening up your taps more? We can talk about it on a retail front as well as on the business banking front.
Sure. So from the personal banking perspective, we have seen some reduction in pressure on clients through the lowering interest rates and the lowering inflation. But that's actually a very small part of the story of our loan book growth. We haven't been opening up the taps. We actually have exactly the same risk appetite as we had previously. We've kept that consistent, and you see that in the stable approval numbers. What we have done is we've improved our operations. We've improved our granting processes and accuracy of our granting so that we're more accurately able to determine the best clients. We've improved our distribution, particularly through our fantastic purpose lending partners. And we've improved our processes so that more clients apply because they've properly understood, they properly understand the offer. We've got a targeted solution for them. And then because of that process, they're more likely to take up at the end of the process.
And just sticking with your client base. Oh, yes, you can continue.
Right. Looking then at the business bank, the growth from that really comes from, again, our growth in business operations. There's two sides to the growth in that lending book. One is on the scored side, so providing unsecured credit through a scored model as well as secured credit through a scored model, which enables us to be much more efficient, to be able to serve clients more quickly and give them what they need without taking them out their business for a length of time. And then we back that up with boots on the ground, making sure we're getting throughout the country, all parts of the country, including small towns, to visit the businesses, to provide them with the services that they need, to give them the respect that they deserve, and that's winning us some more traditional intuitive credit business as well.
And just sticking with your client base, I just want to go back to the retail banking side of things. Talk to me about the strategy on that front, right? The group continues to add customers, banking over half of the youth in the country, and you are attracting more high-earning customers. Talk to me about the dynamics at play there. Are more clients using Capitec as their primary bank account? We do know that, South Africans are known to have multiple bank accounts.
Yes, South Africans are multi-banked, but we're seeing strong growth in the use of Capitec as a primary bank. It really comes from our focus on clients and making sure that everyone in the business, from the most senior executive all the way through to our service consultants serving the client face-to-face in our branches, understands the clients, knows the people in the communities around them, and we design everything that we do in order to serve those needs. The reason why you see continued client growth is because we continue to expand what it is that we do so that we're able to serve more clients with more services that are relevant and needed by them.
Let's get into more of, the exciting things that the bank is doing. Of course, the personal and the retail banking side, a launch pad that is for your other services, your diversification strategy, some of the offerings that are coming through there. And just looking at the headline earnings, it's also interesting to see that your other services are now contributing even more to headline earnings. How have those businesses been performing? We can talk about your insurance business. We did touch on the business banking units, but let's look at the insurance business and your value-added services as well.
Okay, I find all parts of our business exciting. And that personal bank, the distribution of our personal bank, all of our branches and the people who staff them are in those communities, serving clients in those communities. Our digital distribution, as well as our brand and our data, they provide the launchpad for the fintech and insurance services. Both of those contribute much more significantly than they did in the past because they're growing fast on the back of that excellent distribution and that fantastic data. In terms of insurance, our focus is on improving the 3 products that we have and ensuring that the client experience, particularly the entire way through, from the minute that they are looking for a new policy to protect themselves against a funeral or to cover their lives for their dependents, is an excellent experience all the way through to claims at the very end. And in implementing those improvements, we continue to win more customers. And then on the fintech space, in the value-added services particularly, we've got a really long pipeline of new ideas, new innovations, of what we're going to bring to the market to serve our customers better. And then finally, Capitec Connect. We see Capitec Connect as something much more than just another generator of revenue, another generator of income. We see it as one of the key ways in which we're going to create value for our clients. We're going to use our scale to continue to reduce costs and make access to data broader, as well as give back more in rewards. And
on the issue around innovation, we have been seeing a trend where major banks are closing branches and minimizing their physical presence as more consumers turn to digital options. What's Capitec's approach to this? I mean, the presence of your branches is undeniable. You walk in a mall, you walk in a garage, you'll definitely see a Capitec branch or an ATM. What does your capital allocation look like when it comes to opening and maintaining branches, as well as also putting money towards innovation?
Okay. So if you look year on year, we've continued to grow our branch network. We've grown the number of branches, we've grown the number of cash devices, and we will grow it further from here. People still need to be served by a human, and the reason why our app is so successful, why 14 million people use it every month, is because of the trust created by our branches and the fantastic service consultants in those branches. So we will continue to allocate capital to maintaining those, making them better, as well as growing them out further. In addition to that, there is a number of investments that we've been able to bring forward because of our strong financial position, and those are investments in technology, ensuring the use of the latest technology in order to be able to protect our clients better, make our systems more stable, and bring more digital services which give an excellent client experience.
All right, let's leave it there. Graham, thanks so much for your time and taking us through the half year that was for Capitec. That was Graham Lee, CEO of Capitec.